Hi Guy, welcome to B&B Spoilers and News channel. Today we will talk about The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers on Wednesday, September 30th, tease that Brooke Logan will be broken. Ridge Forrester shatters his hopes when he shares devastating news, by Highlight Hollywood. Brooke always believed that she and Ridge would get together. She clung to the belief that they were soulmates even though he had divorced behind her back and married Shauna Fulton Forrester instead. She figured Shauna was a lucky one who took advantage of the dressmaker while he was drunk. She was convinced their marriage meant nothing because Ridge couldn't even remember it. However, when Ridge shares that he wants to move forward with the remade marriage, Brooke's world will implode. Accepting the renewal of vows, Ridge tells Brooke that they are over and that he wants to start over with someone else. He confirms that his marriage to Shauna was not a mistake and that he intends to remain attached to the former Las Vegas showgirl. The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers teases that Ridge will personally break the news to him. He doesn't want to hurt her because they've spent so many years together. However, he also wants to give his new bride the wedding of his dreams. Brooke will be shocked when he tells her that he is moving forward with Quinn Fuller Forrester's plan to renew her vows with Shauna. When he previously shared the idea, she had warned him not to redo the ceremony, as seen above. She was keen on the idea that they would get back together after proving that she only loved him. Ridge initially wanted a meeting as well, but he heard her tell Bill Spencer that she loved him too. The seamstress no longer wanted to share Brooke's heart and ran away into his wife's arms. Shauna's heart was not divided and she would remain devoted to him. The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoils dish that Brooke needs a little time to process the news about Eric Forrester, Katie Logan, and Donna Logan have all been there for her in the past and will also support her through the crisis this time around. In fact, Eric will try to talk to his son before he ties up again. He'll call on Ridge to think logically. He knows Brooke is his destiny and that he only wants to be with her. Eric will urge Ridge to work things out with Brooke so they can start over. In Jabit, Summer noted that Kyle had not said anything about her conversation with Jack regarding their engagement. Kyle asked for a minute to read an email from his lawyer, and he reported that the divorce papers had been signed and sealed. She screamed that she had never thought that day would come and she wondered if it was too early for champagne. Kyle looked desperate and Summer reminded him that was what he expected. She wondered why he wasn't dancing on the tables, and he pointed out that there was another person in the equation who might take the news differently. Summer imagined Lola serving food on the company's house to celebrate her freedom. Kyle doubted it, but Summer argued that Lola was more resilient than he gave her credit for, unless he wanted a boost for his ego by thinking she was an emotional wreck because no woman could overcome it. Kyle realized that Lola had never experienced something like this before, and he imagined it hurting. Summer pointed out that she knew what it was like, but Kyle countered that Lola wasn't like them because she was still innocent in so many ways. Summer gave Kyle 30 seconds to recover from his bad conscience. She said he didn't want his fiancée to think he was more concerned about his ex than his future wife. Kyle admitted what he had done to Summer when they broke up, and he swore he didn't want to do that to anyone else. He insisted that she was the only one he wanted in his life and that divorce had been the right thing to do, but that didn't mean it didn't hurt. He pointed out that he had it, while Lola was alone. Summer didn't think Lola would be alone forever, and they had all learned from the experience and grown. Summer cooed, saying the lesson was that she and Kyle were meant for each other. She revealed that she had a bottle of champagne that she saved for that day, and he agreed that they should celebrate. She mentioned that she had a meeting to attend to first, and he offered to meet with her after attending an off-site meeting. He left, and she looked suspicious. At Society, Theo called Lola his favorite chef and announced he had a special request. She barely looked up from her phone and told him to ask the waiter. Theo sensed that something was wrong, and Lola asked Riley if he had forgotten their breakup. He remembered that he had been her guinea pig for new recipes before they got involved, and that she had been his best and only friend when Kyle had done all he could to undermine Theo. Lola snapped that it was the worst day she had ever had, and that she could use a friend to listen to her without judgment and put her first, but it was a shame it wasn't him. Theo thought he and Lola could still be friends, but she spat that he had no friends, just rivals and pawns. She accused him of having a calculator where his heart should be, doing the math of how a person could add value to their life. Theo argued that a friend knew when someone was having a bad day and acted out of anger and frustration, and he told her to let him know. Lola shared that she had just found out her divorce was final and that she didn't know how to feel or act. She barked that he got what he wanted, and she told him to leave. He left. Kyle arrived at Society and looked around. Theo watched Kyle walk towards the kitchen. Lola and Kyle awkwardly greeted each other and he mentioned the email he had received from his lawyer. She claimed she had been so busy she hadn't had time to think about it, but noted that they were officially exes. Kyle explained that he just wanted to see how she was. Kyle admitted that he and Lola had been through a lot together, and he offered an ear if she wanted to speak. Lola replied that she had to prepare the kitchen for that night, and Kyle said he was glad she was okay. He started to come out, but she stopped him. She admitted that they both wanted a divorce, and wondered if it was foolish to say that it was still really bad. Kyle admitted he felt the same. Summer entered the restaurant and Theo called her. She asked sourly if he had a job, but he said he always took the time to help the people he cared about, including her. He guessed that she was there to look for Kyle, and he led her to the kitchen. Summer looked out the kitchen door window and saw Kyle and Lola talking. Summer returned to the dining room and hissed that Theo was a special kind of troll, since he knew exactly what she would see when she looked into the kitchen. Theo laughed at the fact that the heart wanted what it wanted, and she asked if it was a reward for his dismissal, Kyle leaving him in the dust or Lola throwing him. Theo casually asked why this couldn't be for the three of them, and Summer assumed he was still alone because people couldn't run away fast enough once they caught a glimpse of the real him. She added that it wasn't worth the time to pity him and she left. Theo saw Kyle and Lola come out of the kitchen together. Later, Theo cornered Lola in the kitchen and apologized for pushing her to tell him what was wrong. He had vowed to give her some space if that was what she wanted, but he also wanted to make sure everything was okay after seeing Kyle there earlier. Lola informed her that Kyle had just been there to see her, which she considered a nice gesture. Theo grumbled that Kyle could be really nice whenever he wanted, and she asked what he was trying to say. Theo advised her not to pass up the opportunity to take Kyle away from Summer, as they both knew Lola still wanted Kyle. Lola asked if Theo was crazy to think she would go through a heartbreaking divorce for fun. She resented the idea of twisting things, but he insisted that he had tried to help. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.